service automated like data running through my veins. Got you distracted, subconscious overloaded. Careful, don't pull the cord on me. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, friends, trapped in access. I'm just a fly to get up here. It's charging, I'm blowing my time. With someone slowing me down. So high, I'm floating, I'm shining in my blind. Start rolling over, 'cause you can't take my crown. I'll be taking up the ground. My crown. I'll be taking up the ground. Yeah, get my crown. Ride my circuits, but you don't get that courage, 'cause you can handle my game. No, my drive's a hustle. I got you so confuzzled, 'cause you can fall into my vein. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, restricted access. I'm just a fly to it up here. It's charging, I'm blowing my time. With someone slowing me down. So I'm floating, I'm shining in my prime. Start rolling over, 'cause you can't take my crown. I'll always be taking up the ground. My crown. I'll always be taking up the ground. I won't waste my love on your heart. Sorry, 'cause I can't get what I want, and I don't need you. It's charging, I'm blowing my time. It's slowing me down. So I'm floating, I'm shining in my prime. Start rolling over, 'cause you can't take my crown. I'll be taking on the ground.
Oh gosh.
Reboot, I'm pouring my service automated like data running through my veins. Got you distracted, subconscious overloaded. Careful, don't pull the cord on me. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, restricted access. I'm just a fly to get up here. It's charging, I'm blowing my time. With someone slowing me down. So high, I'm low. my circuits, but you don't get that courage, cause you can handle my game. No, my drive's a puzzle. I got you so puzzled, cause you can fall into my game. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, restricted access. I'm just a fly to get up in your discharging. I'm gonna waste my time when someone's slowing me down. I'm going, I'm shining in my prime. Stop falling over, cause you can't take my crown. How I'll be tapping on the ground. My crown. How I'll be tapping on the ground. Can't take my crown. I won't waste my love on your heart. Sorry, cause I didn't get what I want, and I let me feel your love again. Cause I've been running round in circles, screaming out your name. Take me to a different place. Just the two of us, now we can stay up all night. Kissing under street lights. Do what we want to. Do what we need to do. Staying up all night. Everything is alright. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. I wanna be with you. All that time away from you, I didn't think I'd make it without you by my side. Let me feel your love again. Just the two of us, and we could stay up all night. Kissing under street lights. Do what we want to. Do what we need to do. Staying up all night. Everything is alright. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. There's someone who can hold your hand.
What's up, guys? Hope everybody's having a good night. We are doing completely StreamYards tonight. So I'm playing around with it. It's going to be fun. Before I completely can this platform of StreamYard, I want to push it to the level that it can excel at, and that is chatting with several people at a time. So I've put the link in the chat, and I'm going to put it in there one more time. If you would like to join my live stream, you are welcome to it. Couple rules. We're going to keep it PG. So kind of keep your profanity to yourself because we got some kids that watch my channel. And but yeah, if you want to hang out live and you got a webcam, come on. I want to see what this software can do. The only thing about this software or this platform, it's not really a software, it's like a web app. But the one caveat that I have to this platform is the fact that it only streams in 720. But if I can stream well in 720 with multiple guests at a time, and it only costs me $25 a month, then, and everybody's happy with it, and they don't really care whether the quality isn't as good as some of my 4K videos, then I'm okay with it. You know, story is key. So if we have a better platform hanging out and chatting, then, you know, just me by myself, like I want to build a community of people that, you know, that want to hang out, that want to talk about technology, talk about creativity and all the stuff that I'm interested in. And I want to find out what you guys are interested in. And I think that relationship between me and the community of people will make my channel better. Okay. So we've got Nacho waiting in the background. We've had some fails in the last couple nights. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Nacho on and we'll see. Oh, yep. I'm going to bring Nacho on. So here we go. Are you guys ready? Nacho, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going?
Last night was horrible. We were having a little bit of a snow squall, and my internet went out because I have this stupid line of sight internet. So,
oh, that stinks.
And how are you on this fine evening, Shawn?
I'm good. I just had a Fat Mo burger. It was tasty.
Nice. I heard you chewing.
Yeah. If Mario comes on here, I'm going to feel bad, though, because it definitely had some carbs in it. I can feel those carbs.
Wow. I had a Pizza Hut. Don't want to talk about it.
All right. So this is the pre-show. I'm going to turn my TV audio up so I can hear Nacho a little bit better. Is there an echo, Nacho?
No echo. No
what
echo.
About
I'm not using headphones tonight either. I'm using my iPhone tonight. No computers, just the iPhone on that stand that I showed you last night. Sitting in front of the table on the table, so I could be hands-free. Because this is the week I start doing the whole puppy thing, and I need to work this out before the dog gets here.
Nice. So if those of you that don't know, Nacho's got a new puppy on the way, and he's going to start doing some little potty training videos. Is that what you're going to do? Live streaming from the kennel?
I'm going to be well. When I'm home, which is a lot, I'm going to live stream as I go through the beginnings of training with the dog, and I should be doing it for probably an hour in the morning, an hour at lunchtime, and then who knows what I'm going to do at night. It could be a lot, could be a little, but that's the plan.
Very cool.
So because
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm new to this. I'm used to doing all the talking.
I'm used to doing listening and making snarky comments in the background.
Yep.
So
have you had any speed bumps with your technology in setting that up?
You know what? For what I'm doing, I'm probably going to use less is more sometimes. And the phone, the iPhone, now that it has the rear camera, has the face, this camera that's faced on the screen side
Yep.
is actually 4K now on the new iPhones.
Lucky.
So it's not bad to use, So I'm probably going to just use the phone because I've had really bad luck streaming with the GoPro.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to just, for the house training, I'm going to use either the laptop or the phone. Also, the phone's pretty waterproof, so the dog, gets randy. we got a little spit's not going to hurt it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to use this phone, and I'm probably going to use my GoPro. When I leave the house and do stuff, I'm not going to do it live because the internet here is so bad. It's just, I'm in the middle of nowhere. So we'll have to do that right.
All right.
So we've got, sure, we have Brent in here by now.
I know we've got Brent Newman in the house. Why isn't he up here talking?
Come on, Brent, just come and talk.
This is my dream. I would want to. No, I mean, that's not my dream, but I would love to hang out. Fishing for Success is in here. Had a couple people ask me today, because they're in other countries, when the chat is going on. So I told them in minutes from when I chatted. So hopefully they'll show up. But yeah, so like I said before, I feel like this platform is probably the most user-friendly platform that I've tried. Streamlabs is a close second, but there's still some things that you have to, creating scenes and stuff like that. This is an online app, StreamYard, that has got it going on. It's so easy, even Claude can use it. I'm just kidding. But
I didn't say it.
But the reason Claude uses it is because it's so simple to just jump in and start a chat. I've got a background. I can throw my logo up in the corner, just like that. I can add a little. I can, like, people comment, and I can be like, let's see. Fishing for Success said hello. So I can do stuff like that. So this is a super easy platform. Oh, by the way, could you guys hear the countdown tonight? Okay. So what I did tonight was I took an MP4 on my computer and I dragged it into a tab in Chrome, and then I just shared that tab. So I can share any video that I want to through that. You guys can hear the audio. I can pop it up full screen. It's awesome. Let's show that as an example.
I'm cold red, my skirt is automated, like data running through my days. Got you distracted, subconscious overloaded. Careful, don't pull the cord on me. No time, go around, keep walking till I get out of my face.
Come on, Nacho. All right. So that's that.
That is that. I'm going to grab my laptop real quick because I can't see the chat on the phone. I'll just use this as a camera. So,
okay.
There's my studio. New Nacho Studios now. Home with the dog. We'll see a lot of that. Grab my Mac. Have a bag. Ooh, look, the evil Mac Empire. That way I can read the chat. Oh, look at my house. See, I have the TV going up at the top where I can see also. But I can't see chat on it. I just see us.
Okay.
Us.
All right. So what do you want to talk about? I got a DJI Mavic Pro this week. That was exciting.
Oh, that is exciting. I was watching video from Flight Path on like sample footage of your camera on the drone, and I have to admit it tweaked me a touch. It was the first video I've watched because I'm like super anti Insta360 writing. You know me, I'm still kind of like standoffish.
Yeah.
But I had to watch. I had to see what the video looked like, the footage looked like, and I was like, it was all right. It was doing good.
Oh, Brent's got his Shawn Ide Studios sticker. Nice.
He's got a hat.
Hey, fella. Hear me?
I'll make it go.
So, Shawn,
Yes.
did you order the drone kit for the Insta360
Not yet. I get paid on Friday, and I will then.
Nice. For the Insta360
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oops.
Nacho, mute your laptop. Yeah, it's for
I did.
the 1R. I got it for the reason I got the DJI Mavic Pro is because the GPS does not, or the Insta360 1R does not interfere with the GPS on the Pro.
Yep.
But it does on the Pro 2. And I watched a video this week where someone actually had the Pro 2, or the 2 Pro. I forget what the order is there, but he had to fly completely. I think he just had to fly in ADI mode, but the wind was pushing his Mavic Pro all over the place. So I'm not about that. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Why is Nacho upside down on my screen?
I'm in Australia.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it just me?
Yeah, I think it's just you. He's straight up on mine.
That's weird.
Why am I a bad boy? What did I do? What did I do?
Whoa, we got 4 people. So we're gonna push StreamYard to the limit tonight. And if we can have a good time for an hour with a bunch of guys just hanging out, then I'm gonna forget about vMix. I'm gonna forget about Zoom. I'm gonna forget all about that stuff. We got Ron in the house. What's up, man?
Mr. Lockwood.
Howdy, howdy. How's everybody doing?
Good. We got 4 people in here now. There's only 5 people watching the chat.
Oh,
You never, Ron, you never texted me back about what you called me for the other day. Is everything cool?
oh shoot, dude. I'm sorry. Yes.
All right, good.
Yes. All's cool. I'll explain it another time, but
Yeah, no.
yeah, it literally was a couple hours after that. Yeah, he cut some crap over that.
I figured I would have heard something if it was.
Yeah. Yeah. But thank you though. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Hey, you have a GoPro 8, do you not?
I have a 7, but Shawn has an 8.
I have an 8.
Okay. I have somebody inquiring about how they feel. Well, it's one thing, not so your bike is not heavy vibration as, you know, like a Harley, it's like a vibrator on 2 wheels, but they make these mounts for on the front of the windshield. It actually bolts right into your windshield. It's a little mount. It's only about 2 inches long. But you can, you know, they're made specifically for GoPro type devices. And he was just wondering how the vibration would be, you know, from the bike. But, you know, I've used my Osmo Action. I've actually clamped it onto like the handlebars, and you still get a lot of vibration there too, but it washes it right out. You know, so I didn't know what experiences you guys have with the 7 or the 8.
I've had not a single vibration issue at all, no matter where I put that GoPro 7.
Really?
Anywhere, on anything. Even if I have it on the engine bar.
Really?
And on the drone, on the Mavic, on the bike, and it's bulletproof. I wouldn't even worry about it, to be honest, because the windshield is more of a shake than like the hard vibration the engine gives out. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll chime in on that too. The 7 and the 8 have amazing stabilization. Where they break apart is whenever it's a low light situation. So I have some videos where I've done, and even like the 360 cameras. One once when I've done my low light tests, there are while they're sitting on the tripod, they're fine. But as soon as I pick the tripod up and walk to the next spot, is when you kind of see this weird vibration, and it's because some of the stabilization is done optically, and it can't see enough to figure out where the pixels need to go. There's an accelerometer in there, but there's like a larger crop, and so I've seen, I've thrown the camera, and not on purpose, but it's the stabilization, the vibration just when you barely hits the ground. But if you do it in low light, it'll completely break apart, just because the noise and the artifacting kind of messes that up. Nacho's having technical difficulties. I think he might have switched to his laptop. We'll pull him back in.
Yep.
What's up, Nacho? You switched positions. Now Newman's on top.
My upload speed is horrible.
Oh, is it? Something else that I want to talk about with StreamYard is Brent is handling his video feed through his internet. Nacho's handling his internet feed through his he's handling his video through his internet feed. So like in the cloud, oh, that's nice. You're looking at me up on the big screen. But so I can run smooth because my Wi-Fi is different than everybody else's, whereas other streaming applications, I pull in everybody's video onto my computer and then I push that out, and it's very taxing on the computer. But since this is all done in the cloud, we're all kind of sharing the bandwidth load. So you can see I'm moving fine, and then Ron's moving fine, and Brent is like
dropping out.
I'm still glad he's here.
Yeah.
So glad.
I'm here about every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know if you're kind of freezing up a little bit.
Yeah, your audio sounds great though. You sound like a radio celebrity. All right, so we got Nunley's in the house, but he's not coming up on the camera.
Yeah, I need my twin Brent on here.
Yep. But so Ron, how are you doing? Anything
I'm good.
new in your world?
I'm getting ready to take a trip. Actually going to meet 1, 2, 3, 4 other YouTube creators.
Nice. That sounds fun.
I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and just outside of Philly. The outfitter, that I guide for here in Wyoming, comes back to the Harrisburg Sportsman Show. It's the largest outdoor sportsman show in the world. It's huge, 650,000 square feet of space, something like 1,200 vendors. It goes on for 10 days. Anything you can potentially think of is outdoors.
Sorry, I'm listening.
But anyhow, I was teasing Rodney Bell one day about it. And saying, "You got to come up. You got to come up." And he's like, "I don't think it's that far." And well, next thing you know, the plan is. Now, this is the plan.
Okay.
You know Dennis Lovelady? He's from Georgia. He's good. He's on Rodney's, morning coffee, usually every Saturday. And so Dennis is coming up to meet. He's coming out of Georgia, coming up to Virginia to meet Rodney. The two of them are coming to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on Saturday morning. They're going to come over to the show. I'm going to be at my boss's booth for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, representing his business. And matter of fact, Nacho knows Ralph because he stayed there. Yeah, yeah. I hooked up Nacho with him over there in Wyoming.
I've even been in that very room where he sits right now.
Yeah. But then
I get around.
he does get around, man. He's got a reputation. No, but Saturday night, then we're going to leave the show. It's an hour back to my hometown area. And Sunday morning, we're getting up at the crack of stupid and driving to Philly. Paul Davis from Drone Bum, he's coming down to Philly, and we're going to meet Philly Drone Life Mike. We're going to meet and go fly with him in Philadelphia on Sunday morning for sunrise.
Oh, that sounds such a good time.
Yeah, so I actually get to.
The only problem is when you're with Mike in person, you can't mute him.
This is true.
You just
Yeah.
Yeah, earplug.
Oh, yeah, he'll be a good time. Yeah, we were talking about it a couple of times on his live stream, but he's like, "Oh my God, you guys are coming!" I think he's a little nervous or something.
Yeah,
well, we're coming. So it'll be kind of neat, you know. I mean, I look at it like actually, Nacho's the first YouTube person I ever met. Met him out in Oregon.
We met in Oregon.
Yeah, yeah. He was working out there, and I was vacationing, and we had talked, and he actually came to our hotel, and we went riding the next day, and yeah, it's cool. But yeah, it's gonna be fun meeting Rodney and Dennis and Paul and Mike and I want to. There's some different photography I want to do down in Philadelphia yet, and then we're gonna go do a Philly cheesesteak.
legit.
Yeah.
Don't get the cheese whiz, dude. Just don't get the cheese whiz.
No,
Mario here. Don't talk about food because
Yeah.
you know.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. So all the cameras and toys and drones and everything is going, and yeah. And then, do you guys know about Denver trip?
I'm going to Denver Saturday.
In August 5th, Jim Boyd from Above and Beyond Drones. Jim is coming to my place. He's coming up for the Sturgis Rally, the big, motorcycle rally in Sturgis. He is going to spend a couple of days with me, and then we're actually driving. We're going to run the bikes down to Denver. The plan is I've got Paul from Drone Bomb in New York, Rodney potentially from Virginia, I think Chris Hope from Texas, potentially Steve Carpenter and Rick Caliber from California, Arco, and he's, I guess, good friends with Shawn Oz. Yeah. And I think somebody else. So, Matt North from, dude, this is why I'm saying it. Matt North from Australia. I'm about 90% sure he's coming. Yeah.
George Bush.
George Bush.
Oh, he does look like George Bush.
A handsome George Bush.
But the whole idea is it's not a spin up or anything. It is bringing your family, your kids, your wife, your dog, your drones, your cameras, and let all us YouTube people meet and go spend a day or two, have some good dinners, go up in the mountains, fly drones, do some photography. It's all it's about, man. So, yeah. So I think I'm about ready to nail it down, but I'm pretty certain we're looking at the 8th of August, which is a Saturday. So
I'm off.
Okay.
Perfect. 2 hours away.
Dude.
I'm in.
August 8th, put it in your calendars. Yeah, I think the more the merrier, man. I just think it'd be a lot of fun.
Even nachos are allowed to go?
Pardon me?
Even nachos are allowed to go?
Even nachos can come in. Yeah. Is it centrally located? No, not exactly. But I think Denver is a very pretty area for photography and drone flying. And
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of putting Art and Shawn in charge of, where to go, where are the scenic places to go and fly and stuff. And, it's just, like I said, bring your families or whatever, go spend a couple weekend and have a lot of fun. That's all it's about. So
I think if I put Shawn in charge of taking me places, he'd end up pushing me down a snow hill. I'd break my back going some places with him.
Yeah. Why don't you know who Shawn is? I thought I knew everybody.
Shawn, he does a lot of snowboarding videos with his Mavic. His logo is like what's funny is when I started making t-shirts, the first t-shirt I wanted to do, I called it Drone Bones. And it was because I just watched Pirates of the Caribbean. So I did a skull with kind of phantom, it was like the top view of a DJI Phantom with a skull in the middle of it and turned it into like a skull and crossbones, but with drone. And then I saw Shawn Oz's channel the next week, and his logo is pretty much the t-shirt that I designed. His is more like kind of Metallica, I don't know, like kind of hardcore metal from the 80s.
Black metal?
Iron Maiden type logo, but it was straight up the same logo. And I was like, crap, now I can't sell that t-shirt.
Yeah.
But he's got a good channel. He picked on me on my channel a little bit because I say guys all the time. And so his comment on my video for the GoPro Max was, you keep saying guys, and I look around and there's no guys, and I feel alone. That was his comment on my video. But
ooh, the bat signal.
Oh, nice.
That means somebody near my bike.
You had a halo.
Yeah. Brett Newman looks a lot better now. So this is how he fixed. We're talking about StreamYard tonight, and we're talking about live streaming. And so something Brett did is he reduced his resolution to 480p, and now he's nice and smooth. He also switched over to Chrome, and from what I understand, Chrome and Firefox handle kind of video streaming the best. He also switched over. Do I? And then Nacho tapped out.
Uh-oh.
So we'll bring Nacho back in whenever he's up and ready. Mario said nachos used to be his favorite snack, but now he's off keto. You can make nachos out of eggs and flour. You need to get instead of your chaffle, you need to get like a nacho maker. And then you can make cheese out of I don't know what you can make. Yogurt I don't know. So Ron, I'm always curious as to your game on the wall behind you. How many animals have you hunted down in your lifetime?
Myself, for me, 3, 4, 5. I've mounted 5. There's a mule deer and an antelope out in the living room. There's these 3 deer here. As a hunting guide, I don't know, I lost track. And there's a lot, I did growing up, as a teenager and in my 20s and 30s. I don't know, I'm probably 100 to 200, as far as deer, mostly deer.
200 deer?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was your how old were you on your first hunting trip? Did you hunt with your father?
I was 12.
12?
Yeah. Yeah, it started pretty young. Had some pretty amazing, trips and experiences. None that there's some that I just really would love to, but my pocketbook says no.
Yeah.
Do have a dream of going to Alaska for a grizzly hunt in Alaska. And I may get there. I'm actually going back to Alaska in August for my second fishing trip. My plan is to get the halibut that I got last year. He was a 90-pounder. I had a hold of one of about 150, and he snapped the line. But man, as an outdoorsman, I honestly can't remember a more relaxing week. Sitting in a 16-foot boat, just trolling at 3 knots. You got your lines behind you. Probably 50, 75 times a day, you got whales breaching up beside you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dude, it was phenomenal. I have that. My Alaska video is on my channel. Just totally relaxing. No phone, no Wi-Fi, no TV, no communication with the outside world for a week, and that was okay. That was good. Yeah, it was. It was very relaxing.
Cool.
So,
What do you do, Brent?
I went down a rabbit trail the other night I started watching news fails, and then I watched drone fails, and then I got onto a video called drone fishing fails.
Ooh.
oh,
It was a really cool video. There was one where a guy it was a huge fish. It was like this big, out of a hole they cut in the ice.
right.
And so they dropped the line down in the hole, and then the Phantom, I think it was a Phantom 3, and it the fish pulled the drone down to the ground, and then the drone like lifts the fish up just enough for the guy the guy next to the hole to grab the fish,
Right.
and then the Phantom 3 like slams into the ice.
Right.
But and then there was another one where a guy I think he was in a fountain, and the drone was flying fine until the fish grabbed it, and it just pulled the drone right down into the water.
Right.
So Ron, did you say you're going to go on a grizzly hunt?
I'd like to, but it's pretty costly. You're probably looking at 10 to 15 grand. Yeah.
Sounds kind of frightening to me. I'd be the one hunted.
Yeah. Yeah, they are kind of scary. I been out in the woods and seen them. I was charged by a black bear last summer in Yellowstone. Gave her no reason. She was about 150 yards away from me, and I was actually kind of quartering away from her, so I'm actually pushing more distance. And I stopped for 20 seconds to film her and the cubs, and then I kept going. And now I'm pushing 200 yards, and I turn around and they're still playing this log and eating. I walked a little bit further, and I turn around, they're all gone. I'm like, whoa, what happened? Here she had pushed those cubs up over the hill, and what I didn't see was kind of like rolling hills coming towards me. All of a sudden, she popped up about 100 yards from me. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
No thanks.
Which is abnormal of a black bear. They generally won't. They're not aggressive unless you get in between mom and the cubs. And I'm the thing with it is I was in what they call the Lamar Valley, which is very highly populated with grizzly bears. I've been hiking for 3 hours, didn't see anything. Now I'm 100 yards from my truck. Now I run into a bear, And she came, like I said, she kept disappearing and reappearing up over the hills. I'm like, and I didn't want to run because you run, and that's, So I got within 30, 35, roughly 25 yards or whatever the truck, and all of a sudden she popped up on the side of the road right across from almost where my truck was. I'm like, oh, this is not good. And the best $75 I ever spent in my life was a can of really nasty, powerful bear spray. And so I stood there, and I was actually holding the camera in one hand, and I had the strap around my neck. So I knew all I had to do is if push came to shove is let go of the camera, pull the pin on the bear spray, sure enough, that's what I did. She started the pace, just back and forth, and then I heard her teeth chomping. I'm like, that's an aggressive bear.
Yep.
And so that's just what I did. I let the camera go, pulled the pin, and as soon as she got about 2 steps across the road, I let her have it. And she did not like that at all.
Is it like mace for bears, or is it like
yeah,
skunk?
yeah, it's
Like
pretty much what it is. Pepper spray, yeah.
Pepper
Their noses are extremely sensitive.
Okay.
Yeah, but it worked.
So you said you had a camera. Did you get this on film?
Yeah, I've got video of her pacing right across from me.
Can you share your screen and show that?
Yeah. It was a little clip that I put into my Yellowstone trip. Are you monetized, Shawn?
I am.
You are? Okay, so I'll turn the volume off.
Yeah, perfect.
Oops, sorry.
I just lost 5 cents. Just kidding.
Let me share. Let's see, share screen. Let me know when you're ready, Shawn.
Oh, yeah.
So, am I sharing?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. This is just it's a 1 minute video trailer. It was just my experiences in Yellowstone that day. That was her.
She looks happy.
But it's coming up, and no, you'll see where she paces. This is right before she crossed the road. That's when I dropped the camera.
I thought you were flying Yellowstone for a minute. So,
right, it's coming up right here. Yeah.
you wanted a hug.
Yeah.
You never heard of a bear hug?
Yeah.
They love that.
Some of those tourists do think that that's true.
Yeah.
They get too close.
So you said you're not supposed to run. What are you supposed to do?
Stand your ground. Yeah. And they say try to act as. Here, I'll share one more thing with you, Shawn, if that's okay.
Sure.
Let me find. I'll show you that that Alaskan halibut. Where's my Alaskan video? All right, I don't see it. Oh, here it is. I'll get to the part of the halibut.
Yeah, just for the halibut.
Just for the halibut.
I was holding back.
It was actually put my undercarriage coming up here. This is where I was fighting this thing coming up. 45 minutes bringing out of 400 feet of water.
Dude, your videos are so much better than mine.
Don't get me started, Shawn. Don't get me started. He does great work.
Here's where I ran out of steam. I just had to rest for a second. And he's right at the top. He's fighting. My buddy's getting ready to spear him. And here we go.
Wow.
Need a big drone to fish for that one.
Yeah, you need a real. Yeah, that was. Okay, here I stop sharing. There we go.
I didn't even know Shawn and Ron knew each other.
Yeah. Where do we meet, Shawn? On Claude, maybe?
Yeah, it's probably Claude's channel.
Yeah.
We've chatted. But I feel like you subscribed to me before we actually talked.
Because
as soon as you started talking, you had a question for me. So you already knew kind of where
I think you're right. Nacho, how did you and I meet?
Claude.
Claude brings people together.
Everybody goes to Claude but me now because I'm not allowed. And I'm moving on. Here.
I told you not to talk about that anymore, Nacho.
All right.
You can tell him about it, but I don't care.
So yeah, I'm an outdoorsy guy, and I'm really excited for Jim Boyd to come. I just really truly enjoy having guests here, and and showing them places that they've never seen, and Claude actually has talked about next year when he retires, he and his wife we're actually going to kind of do a big loop, he said, and then on the way back to where's he at? Up near Grand Rapids, Michigan. But they're going to come back. I guess it would be along 90, but they'll come through Wyoming and South Dakota, and he'll stop. And told him I'd take him four-wheeling up in the mountains and bring his cameras and drones, and we'll go fly and go four-wheeling, and yeah.
Again, you realize you can't mute him if he's there, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot. I truly enjoy having, I have a spare room, as Nacho would know.
It's a very comfortable room too. I mean,
unfortunately, I had to kick him out at 3 a.m, so I had to go to work. So
I wanted to go. I remember I was getting up early to go because you know me, I like to get burning daylight. That's the day I got the ticket.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You texted me and said, you made a little video on that for the cop. You're like, oh, bleep, bleep, bleep on your video.
That's what's nice about having a dash cam on the motorcycle, because you can go back and get footage. Even when you're not planning on shooting, you can go back and find it. I was like, son of a bitch. Excuse my language, kids. Don't talk like this. I'm a bad man.
Yeah,
sorry, Shawn. I'm being good.
Yeah.
You're actually doing pretty good.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to a couple weeks from now. And last time I was there, I met the gang from Duck Dynasty. Of course, I've actually met them before when I was in Wyoming. Had one of my hunters one morning, got his deer really early, and we went down to this little town of Sundance. Billy, or was that Billy the Kid, or was that Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid? Yeah, that's where those guys are supposed to be from. And anyhow, you can drive through Sundance in about 2 minutes. And so we go down to the one and only little butcher shop, and there's another hunting outfitter in the Sundance area. We're about 15 miles further west. Is where the guy I work for is, but we take all of our deer for processing there, and walked in the door at 7:30 in the morning. Didn't expect it, but the whole gang from Duck Dynasty's in there, and the film crew, and yeah, what a bunch of clowns! Holy cow!
I bet.
Oh my gosh, they were funny. We stayed in there for a good 45 minutes, sat there and listened to them clown around and bust on each other, and yeah, it was neat.
I bet they were clowns before their TV show, and then after their TV show, now they're celebrity with full of confidence.
Yeah. Let me take a phone call. I will.
Is that the great Paul calling you?
All right, I pulled Ron off.
KZ. That's mine.
So, Brent, is that your hat? Is that your company?
No, it's our like a drone club. We meet every couple months.
Okay,
we have a big Facebook page.
That's cool. So, how many drones do you have, Brent?
Let's see, Phantom 4 Pro, Inspire 1, Mavic 2 Zoom, Mavic 2 Pro.
Cool.
And this weekend, I was just modified my controller for external antennas. Little
Okay.
QMA connectors there, and you can like put various antennas on there.
Nice.
I think Nacho saw me scooting this thing around.
Yeah, I did. I was like,
The
let's go to the lab.
magnetic,
Going
yeah. It's a magnetic car antenna. Got
Okay.
2 of these for each one of these. You
Huh?
snap those on and put that on your car, and you can fly from inside your car if it's cold or hot, or if you don't want to be seen.
If you don't want to be seen with these big antennas.
People won't harass you if you're in your car, right?
Right.
They don't know who's flying the drone, but you can still see it, and it's still legal, unless you're driving, of course.
Yeah.
Maybe the passenger.
So does that big old antenna, how much more range do you get with that?
I haven't really tested it. You should get some more range. For one, it's higher up,
Yep.
and it does have more gain. I don't know, maybe 3 decibel increase in gain, perhaps.
Okay. I know with like drone antennas, you need to kind of face, not point at the drone, but you need to kind of face the drone with your entire antenna. Do you have to are those antennas, like, does the signal come out of the side of the antenna, or does it just kind of come out the top?
Yeah, it's like all the way around, unidirectional, so kind of like this, laterally like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Then also, I did the Mavic 2 controller as well.
Nice. Is there, when you're working with antennas, do you have to figure out what type of signal to shoot out, or does the controller take care of the signal? Like
these are like dual band, so they'll do the 2.4 and the 5.8.
Okay.
So they'll do both bands. They're tuned for both bands, so it should be automatic. Yeah.
Are they bought antennas, or did you make the antennas?
These are LMs. I bought the magnetic base separately and screwed that on with a connector.
Gotcha. So
got your like 10-foot cable, and I have an extension cable I can also use to get it farther out.
So that it's accurately measured, and all the wire and the spool inside, so you'll get the right. It'll work right.
Yeah, it's pre-tuned. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do the magnets affect anything?
Scratches paint.
Yeah, true. Yes. It's kind of rubberized, but if you move it around with grit on their truck or car, you got nice little scratches.
You gotta make sure you walk clean.
Doesn't affect the signal or the compass or anything?
No, unless you're right next to it or something. Yeah.
Cool. So I've seen photos that you've taken, and I've seen a couple videos that you've shot. Do you do more photography or video?
Probably more photography. I have a lot of video I haven't edited. It's just sitting on my drive. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I use DaVinci Resolve. Have either of you guys used that?
I used it for a while.
Yeah.
I was beta testing like newer versions of Mac, and nothing worked, so I had to download something just to be able to edit my videos.
Right. Plus, it's free, so
yeah,
it is free.
Yeah, I had a Blackmagic. What was it? It was the Mini, but it was before the Mini. I forget what it's called. It was the small version. Blackmagic Pocket.
Oh yeah.
And I had that for a little while, and I was shooting raw video, but then it took so much of my computer to edit that raw video, even though it was beautiful video. Like, I was just like, this is too much for me.
Yeah, raw video. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
I guess the Inspire 2 can shoot raw video. Is that right?
I think so.
You have to have an onboard SSD to be able to capture all that.
Yeah.
Because the files are so big.
I think it handles it a little different. The Blackmagic camera, it was basically taking, I think it was only 24, but it was 24 raw pictures per second. And then it was recording the audio separately. And then you had to combine it all in post. It was just a bear. But I got some really good pictures out of that video that I took.
Oh yeah,
because you could freeze the frame, and you could, just throw it in Photoshop. And
4K, right?
I think that one was only 1080. The new one's 4K. Yeah. The one that that looks more like a regular camera. But that Blackmagic had such a beautiful interface. Like it just everything about it. It was like the Porsche of a version of a camera. Just build quality was brilliant, but it just wasn't functional because it took too much to get the video out. So cool. Here we are.
Yeah.
So did you guys see my folding bike that I posted today? The Citizen.
I saw your bike.
Haven't watched it yet. Is that the
You
one
need
you
a
were,
basket.
the one you were tooling around on in a previous video?
Yeah. Yeah, it's yellow and it's short, but it folds up and fits in my car, so I can just pull it out whenever I want to.
In your previous video, that the camera was the tail, right? Is that the name of the camera?
I was about
Tracking
to.
you? Yeah, yeah. That was tracking you really well too in that time lapse.
Yep. Not sure what's happening over there.
Sure got snow out there.
What's that? No, it all melted.
Ah,
Let's see. I have saved my motorcycle nice and close. I can't show you the Shawn Ide Studio because actually I can hear. There you go. He was showing off his Shawn Ide Studio.
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you
These are my two fanboys right here.
Santa Cruz skateboards.
Yeah.
Collecting stickers from travel around. It's what I do. Stickers. My Area 51 sticker. Although I didn't make it there in September. Too many people. My remote. This other screen is distracting me. I keep on looking up at it. There you go. So, I'm excited.
Do what?
I'm excited for the puppy. No tech. There's no tech excitement in my life right now. Just thinking, all I'm thinking about is that little dog. I know it's silly.
Yeah.
But
Puppies are fun.
Oh yeah, especially when you're like lonely. Like, oh, I don't know, it's me just sitting here. The last couple of months been a little. Like I trying to make friends. I'm gonna buy one and train it to be my friend.
There you go.
Surely there's some tech you can buy for dogs. Surely, some kind of dog
Well, I have
tech.
I have dog tech already. I'm a big fan of the Wise cameras. You know I like my Wise cameras.
You
And
like
I have a Wise camera. He's gonna go under his desk and pull it out. Too. And I have one mounted in the top corner of the dog crate, so I can see. There you go. $20, can't go wrong, Shawn. Trust me, they work good. And
There's a Wise bulb illuminating right now.
I'm using LifeX bulbs because that's what I ended up getting in the beginning, and I'm pretty happy with them. Just like Alexa, make the lamp red. I'll turn on the lamp.
Sorry, I didn't find the device named lamp.
Alexa, stop.
I have to tell her stop a lot.
How about Alexa, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Oh, you turned her off, didn't you?
I didn't turn her off, but
It just
yeah.
That's what. Alexa,
Everything's
set
hectic
the
here.
for 4 a.m.
Alarm set for 4 a.m. tomorrow.
There you go. You're welcome. So, everything tech. Hey, hello. Ooh. people coming in? Ooh, hey.
Oh. So far we've had 4 people in here. I think I can have 6 at a time.
6 at a time. Then you can kick me out.
So
What did I want to talk about? There was something I wanted to talk about tech-wise.
yeah, we got to talk about something. They do have like the GoPro mount for dogs, like that.
Yes, they do.
Harness with the GoPro on it. Do you want to get one of those for your GoPro?
No, because my dog is really, really small. I got the measurements today. She measured the dog in case I wanted to get like a jacket for it because it's really cold, you know, and traveling. And like the little dogs that I've been playing with next door, I think their chest was like 12 and their neck was like 9 or 10 inches and their length was like a foot. And she's like 5-inch neck, 7-inch chest, and 8-inch. It's just nothing. She's tiny. She's 2 pounds of nothing. It's like a gerbil with an attitude. So
I put a GoPro on our farm dog, and with one of those GoPro chest mounts or whatever they're called. He took off through the woods and he came out without the GoPro.
Nice.
Took a little while to find it, but then the harness he took off again without the GoPro because it was off the harness, and it caught on a barbed wire fence somewhere. I never found it. So that was 15 seconds of dog harness. Never to be seen again. I did find the GoPro though.
Well, that's the important part.
One of my favorite videos of a dog and a GoPro is where they took a like a pole mount for a GoPro and they put it on a stick, and then the dog fetches the stick, and so the dog picks up the stick in its mouth, and so the GoPro is like over here the whole time.
Oh.
And like, so if you think of like a GoPro on a mount, the head doesn't move, but the eyeballs are all over the place because the dog is like running like this and its eyes are like, I mean, it's a crazy video, but it's really cool. And then I saw another video. It wasn't a dog, but it was either an eagle or a hawk, but they had a GoPro kind of on the back of a hawk. So you could see a little bit of the wings, but you could see the head. And so it was flying around and you could see the head move. And I thought those videos were awesome. This is like back when GoPro first came out.
Imagine doing that with a Max now.
Oh, I'd love to do that with a Max.
Oh, yeah.
I need a big bird to fly my cameras around.
And bring it back.
Yeah. Homing pigeon.
Homing pigeon.
Homing hawk.
I'm still gonna shoot up my my Samsung Gear 360. 2000. I want to send that up in a model rocket. I want to see how that goes. I'll make it the warhead itself. I mean not the warhead. The nose cone itself. It's rounded, so it should be okay.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Have you seen where they've attached a they've attached, I think they just do it with GoPros, but they put like GoPros all around like a insulated cooler, and then inside of the cooler they put a GPS unit so that they can find their GoPros, and then they attach a weather balloon to the top of it, and they launch it up in the sky, and a parachute, and so the weather balloon carries it up into space, and then once it's in space, the balloon freezes and pops, and then the cooler floats back down to the earth. But like the GoPro footage from space, you can see the curvature of the earth. You can see like the sunrise kind of over the atmosphere where there's like the earth, and then there's like the lens flare of this atmosphere. And I mean, it's just so cool.
Take that, flat earthers. Take that.
Right. Here's proof.
There you go. I had that when I was in Florida and watching that sunset. It was surprising how fast the sun went down, and I got it going below the water, and then everybody starts screaming and applauding as it like it was like the show. I guess it was, but And I thought, how can the flat earthers? I don't get it. Wouldn't it get smaller and never hit the horizon? I mean, if it's flat, I mean, you think it would be that simple? You know, like that would be enough proof. You know, simple. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Nunley in here. Nunley, come on in. Show us what you're grilling.
He's grilling. I thought you said growing. Ooh, what do you mean growing? I really like the tracking camera that you use lately. I have no use for one, but boy, does it appeals to me.
The tracking camera, the OBSBot?
Yeah, the OBSBot. That is a fine piece of equipment.
It's nice, but I don't know if OBSBot's still around. I keep seeing like, uh-oh. We got someone coming in.
Uh-oh.
Arthur's here.
Coming through the wormhole.
What's up, Arthur?
Hey, Hank, thanks for having me.
How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Just a long day at work. Working 10-hour days this week.
Oh, gosh.
Yep. But I got this in the mail the other day.
Ooh. Is that a little
Yeah.
simple?
Well, actually, it's a Emax. It's Easy Fly. It's their starter kit for FPV.
So does that mean that it hovers and then you can like graduate it into not hovering?
I have no idea. I haven't tried it yet. It came with the controller and goggles and other neat stuff.
Ooh.
Battery for the goggles. And stickers. Gotta have stickers.
Oh. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be my first dive into FPV.
That's cool. FPV scares the crap out of me. It really does.
I just think that I'll be throwing up 5 minutes in, and it's not even about the flying; it's about the goggles, and I don't think I could handle it.
Yeah.
Well,
I've played plenty of like fighter jet video games that I think I'd be okay. And I've done a little FPV with the Parrot Anafi. But I don't know. I've flown line of sight so much that not seeing what I'm doing, just trusting that I'm flying towards something. I don't know. I'd like to do it though. I'd like to try it.
Well, you gotta have a visual observer with you. That helps. But it's like you're flying a plane. It's like flying a plane.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. So once you get the hang of the controls and how to bank it and turn it around and feel comfortable flying and then graduate into the more advanced settings on it and finally make it all the way to acro mode where you do the aerobatics and all that neat stuff.
Yeah, I love the videos where like people fly straight towards a building and then they fly straight up the side of the building and then do like a backflip and stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'd love to do that.
Yep. Yeah, there's a guy in Sweden that did a amusement park where he followed the roller coaster.
That's cool.
There was nobody on the roller coaster, but followed the chairs, and it was just like amazing footage.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I didn't care about FPV until I saw somebody like doing drift racing and flying around the cars with drift racing, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. Where the car's like driving really fast and then they're like going around it.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, they even flew through the wing on the back of the car, the moving car.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, and I think there was one where they did motocross, where they followed the cycles going through the. Wow.
Then I started seeing. I was like, okay, cinematically, this could be pretty freaking crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if I don't have that kind of skill. I don't think I fly all right, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the one Ken Heron was flying one around a castle either last week or a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and it had a really good camera on it. What's the
Mhm.
resolution on the one you got?
I'm guessing it's probably 720 because it's the beginner drone. Yeah. But the thing I don't like about it is there's no place to put an SD card in.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
so it has like an internal memory.
Well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. I'll find out. I'll have to redirect the directions and go through and sometime this weekend give it a whirl and see what happens.
Some goggles have SD cards in them. You can record to.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't find a slot anywhere on this. Well, I don't see. Maybe it's on this guy right here. Nope, that's just a battery that powers the goggles. But maybe it does have internal memory, and you just there is a cable that you could plug the drone in. Well, that's to charge the battery, I think. But I don't, man.
You're gonna have to watch someone else's YouTube video before you make yours.
I have been.
That's what I do.
That. But the ones I've been looking at, they're the ones with the tiny hawk, and this is the what is it? Just the Easy Fly, is what it's called, and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the tiny hawk has.
That didn't sound good.
Oops.
Hey,
Sorry.
down
Fall over. So what we're trying to do is I'm on my channel. I'm trying to figure out what live streaming platform to use, and I'm not happy with just streaming in 720 through StreamYard, but
Right.
I'm so happy with how user friendly it is, how simple it is,
Yep.
and how I can have conversations like this for hours.
Yep.
And it's it's pretty inexpensive. I know when I was on your channel, you use vMix, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Nacho and I were trying to play around with the trial last night, and I could either hear him speak or he could hear me speak, but we never actually like we were doing the V call, and we never successfully talked to each other at the same time.
Well,
that could have been my fault because I have line of sight internet here, and we were in the middle of a snowstorm, ice storm. So the internet was really bad. I ended up losing my internet completely after that. I got your message like hours later about try one more time.
Yeah, I went back and watched. I streamed to a private stream, and I went back to watch it, and my audio wasn't on at all in the stream. So all my little audio channels were working, but my master channel wasn't working. So
okay. You see on the master, you have your mic and your headphones, and you gotta make sure that those are on. And if you're okay, it's hard to explain, but you have to both be on the same screen, then the audio will work. If you're trying to say you had him on, I don't know everybody in this chat.
let me put everybody's names up.
Yeah. So I've seen you, but I don't know your names real
We
well.
have Brent and Nacho in here.
Okay, Brent. Okay.
Hey there.
Okay.
George Bush.
George Bush. Yeah.
George Bush, Jabba the Hutt.
But yeah, so
Oh, we got
There we
5 people in here now.
Oh, great, cool. And I like the background. You must have purchased the StreamYard then.
Yeah. Well, so I bought a year's worth, and then Mel talked me into vMix.
Yeah,
And so I had 1 day left on my return policy, so I returned StreamYard and exchanged it for just the month of January.
right.
So I can cancel it at any time. So now I'm just trying to see if there's something better out there.
Right.
I'd rather use that, but compared to all of the struggles with vMix, and this just works, I'm kind of okay with it just working, so I can actually, instead of
Right.
spending my whole time making the chat work, I
Right.
just hang out. I just turn it on and go. So
Yeah, it is real simple setup. But if you need help with vMix, Mel is the guy that taught you. Mel or Lloyd Mendenhall.
okay.
Those guys, they could probably explain it a whole lot better than I can.
Now Lloyd is the grumpy vlogger, right?
That's right.
No.
So that's
yeah.
grumpy vlogger and 400
And fellow
ATL.
Okie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, fellas,
So who's the shark down there?
Yeah, that's Brett Nunley. I'm trying to get the names up. I don't know how to.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, man.
Hey
Nothing.
there, other Brent. How are you doing?
What's up, brother?
France.
Good to see you.
Hey, Art. Hey, Dennis.
Hey,
Howdy. Oh, see that blue light? That means somebody's playing my motorcycle. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
He's got a booby trapped out there.
okay.
So Nunley, what are you grilling tonight?
It was Taco Tuesday. No grilling.
Oh,
Well,
That sounds
I had
Did you shoot 'em,
rainbow
Nacho?
trout and mashed potatoes.
rainbow trout. Ooh, that's
Yep.
classy.
Went ice fishing almost a week ago Sunday, and the people that I went with, they gave me their trout after mine got away when my partner was trying to bring the fish in. After I brought it out of the water, he was holding on the lines, flopping around, and well, I've got a video of it on my fishing channel, Art's Place Fishing. You want to go check that out? It's pretty funny. Oh, okay. Now it's the fourth.
Hi, Dennis.
Okay.
Oh, Ron's back in. Let me pull Ron back in.
hey, buddy. Sorry.
Ron?
Hey,
Hey, Ron.
All right.
Man,
Were your ears burning?
Yeah.
We were talking about it. We're talking about the Denver trip.
so so Arthur, before you got here, we were talking about. I was talking about this rabbit trail that I went down on YouTube to. Started out with news fails, and then it ended up getting to drone fails, and then it went to drone fishing fails.
Oh,
And so
okay.
it had a bunch of people fishing with their drones. Some of them were really cool. Some of them, like, they just cast the line with their drone and then they released the line. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But there was one where there's a guy ice fishing with I think it was a DJI Phantom 3.
Oh,
And so basically they, drilled the hole into the ice and then stuck the line down, and then they caught a fish, and the fish was about this big, and
wow.
the drone pulled the fish up to the surface, and then the fish started fighting and pulled the drone down to the ice.
Oh,
no.
And then so the guy, he opened the drone up and full force and pulled the fish up to the surface and got the fish, but before it was all over, the fish pulled the drone right into the ice and it crashed.
oh man.
No.
It was a pretty cool video.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
The fish better have tasted good.
As
It's
expensive.
an expensive dinner.
Yeah,
I think they just broke a blade. I think the drone was
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, those Phantoms are pretty rugged.
Yeah.
Well, Unless you hit a skyscraper like Ken did.
Oh yeah, don't.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Phantom 3 Pro, it's crashed from like 50 feet. Luckily, I had a camera guard on it. And then I also went into a river
Ooh.
like 20 seconds. And my son was right down there. He got it out and I tried it out real good. And it still flies.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
Still
great.
goes today.
That's
Great.
awesome.
That's good.
Awesome.
I've seen where there was a guy. He was a scuba diver, and he found a Phantom. It was probably like a Phantom 1 or 2, but he found it on the bottom of the ocean, and brought it back and showed the footage. Like he dried out the SD card and then played it, and
Right.
and you could see it flying over the ocean, and then you can see it fall into the water, and it recorded the going all the way down to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
And the battery ran out. So he has like full footage of like fish flying by it and all this kind of stuff.
Oh.
I wouldn't think that it would still work underwater. But
You think the battery would short?
yeah.
Yeah. That's why yeah.
So
Luckily, mine ejected, so it didn't short anything out.
Oh yeah, that's good.
How deep was it, Sean?
I don't remember it. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, a scuba diver found it. I don't think it was a deep dive. It might have been like a but I feel like it descended for like a minute. But I don't remember.
Yeah, probably around 10 feet.
I
Yeah.
wonder if he just ran out of battery or what.
But it still ran signal?
No,
Weird.
no, the scuba diver that recovered the drone pulled the
The
SD card out.
Right.
Oh,
So that he found the SD card and then ran the video from it. So I thought that was really cool.
You know, I
Oh, Lloyd's in here.
actually crashed my Evo in water and didn't find it till 2 days later. But I pulled the SD card out and yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, I would think as soon as it would hit the water, it would just stop working.
Right.
Especially salt water, you'd think.
Oh yeah.
So Brent, you have controllers modified like this, right?
Yeah.
You're making
Yeah.
it?
For my Phantom 4.
Yeah. I just did my Inspire like that this weekend and took it on a test flight and seems to be okay.
Is
No,
that the what system did you use?
It was the Titan kit.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't put the little connector on there. I just use it for non-amplified antennas, like mount on my car, kind of like you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Phantom 3 came with the light panel antenna. And that thing will reach out there really far.
Yeah, I had one of those on my Phantom 2, and that was, really impressive for even that old system.
Can you hook it up to like a power line? Like one of those big metal power line structures and boost the antenna so you can fly 10 miles away?
I think it was 400 AGL Mel who put his on a tower. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I was just curious if you like your antenna's like maybe 2 or 3 feet long, but if you hooked your controller up to one of those huge.
They make an amplifier for the system I have that actually boosts your power.
I've seen where there's like a big metal tripod with a huge antenna sticking off of the top of it. I just didn't know if like the bigger the antenna, the farther.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's a dual band or one of the two bands and you select which one you want. Yeah, they could theoretically be really big.
Yeah.
Yeah, the system I got, you can get 5, 7, or 9 dB of gain antennas, plus you can get the amplifier module you actually mount to your controller.
Okay.
And then you can either use your Omnis or you can mount a panel in front of it, and it'll get way out there.
Yeah.
I don't fly way out there, but I've seen videos of it.
I guess it would help you punch through trees if you didn't really need
Yes.
the range.
Yes.
And cut through the interference in the city, the Wi-Fi interference, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. The stronger your signal is, the better.
What about like a lightning rod on top of a barn? You know, where it's got the ground wire that comes all the way down? Could you use
Mhm.
that?
I'm sure they make a big 2.4 gigahertz, Omni antenna you could hook up.
Yeah.
You just have to put the right connector on it. But yeah.
The cable's what's going to cost a lot of money to go, to go up to
Yeah.
the roof. Because if you want a lossless or a low loss cable, that's a big expense.
Yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of signal in your line as your main loss. But if you amplify it from the antenna down, you won't lose as much.
And you'd need 2 antennas and 2 cables, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
That doubles your cost. But be kind of nice to be able to fly from inside the house on your HDMI TV, your big screen.
There you go.
There's people that do it.
Yeah.
I saw a guy once on YouTube. He had a van or a Suburban, but he had like a 50-some inch flat screen and
Yeah.
a smart controller, and had the HDMI cable, but that was his screen. He had a 50-inch flat screen for his monitor while he was flying. It was actually cool.
I've actually done that with my Phantom 3 Pro. I have the HDI module out, and I can put my 36-inch TV in my van and run it to the TV, and I can fly with it. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
That's awesome. My Unique Typhoon H Plus has it's got an HDMI out from the controller. I've plugged it into my Ninja for to record the video for for my YouTube channel, but I've never hooked it up to the TV to see what that's like.
The Ninja is a screen, right?
Ninja is it's a screen, but it's also a video recorder. So it records straight to ProRes. So I don't even have to encode it when I put it on my computer. But the files are insanely huge.
Yeah.
But I can run it right off of the it's not SD. What is it? Oh yeah, the solid state. It's got like a solid state hard drive.
SD drive, yeah.
Yeah. So I can use that to bring it straight into Final Cut and not even encode. So I've done that for some quick videos I wanted to shoot up to YouTube, but
it's a pretty bright screen too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's glorious.
I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
There you go.
Antennas.
Yeah, those are just the 5 dBs of gain. I think the stock ones are like 2 or 3 dB. And then I got the 7s on my car mount.
That's
cool. I
cool.
can just sit in my car and fly from there.
Shawn, did I hear you talking about the Insta360R? Have you gotten that?
So it says it will not dispatch for 60 days.
Huh?
I've ordered the twin edition is out. But I still haven't got mine. The 1-inch mod, which is the mod with the 1-inch sensor,
right?
It won't be here for a month, and then the drone piece won't be here for 2 months. But as soon as that comes, I will do a video on that, because my whole YouTube channel started with me putting things on my drone and taking them up in the air. So like 2.5 years ago on my YouTube channel, I had two 360-degree cameras on my DJI Mavic Pro. And so I'm about to hit 5,000 subscribers 2.5 years later, and a company actually made one. So, and it's all because of me.
That's right.
No, I'm just kidding.
But Ide 360.
Right. But I have been kind of yelling on my YouTube channel for a 360 drone solution to be out there. Because, I mean, we're doing some stupid things by putting putting big heavy cameras on the bottom of our tiny drones. I'd say the smartest thing that I've done is getting the Unique Typhoon H Plus or the Unique Typhoon H where the camera comes off. And so when I put another camera on, I'm not changing the flight characteristics of the drone. That's probably the best thing that I've done. But I've got some stupid videos out there where the camera is on my drone, weighs more than the drone, and the motor's like just trying to lift that thing off the ground. So
is that true with the it'll work, that mechanism for holding the camera is okay with the Mavic Pro, but the Mavic 2, because of the placement of the GPS system, that it interferes with that? Is there any truth to that you know?
There's a whole lot of truth to that. So the first time I ever realized what was going on was when I put a GoPro Session on top of a DJI Spark. And I basically put that thing right on top of the GPS. I had 4 satellites, so I felt kind of safe. Like I at least had some satellites. But as soon as I hit record on the camera, all of my GPS was gone, and I was in ADI mode. So, and I kind of flew around, not really knowing what was happening, but my GoPro was, for one, it was Bluetooth and it was Wi-Fi. So as soon as I hit record, it was trying to talk to my smartphone, which was trying to control my drone.
Really?
I had all these signals just going crazy. So, just like when you're flying with your, what is that? Is there an elephant in here? Is that bear chasing you, Ron?
No.
That's my bear. That's my bear. Is my dog wrestling with my pup.
Okay, I was like, what is that sound?
Sorry about that.
It's gassy or something.
It's my dogs.
But so with the cell phone, like, I used to fly with, all the DJI controllers for like the Mavics. You use your phone as a screen, unless you're using like the smart controller. But if you are in the middle of a flight and someone sends you a text or someone sends you a phone, calls you, all of a sudden your screen just starts multitasking. And so as a YouTuber, I would be recording my screen and flying a drone, and someone would text me or call me. And so my phone, like sometimes the app would crash, and then my drone would freeze in the middle of the air. And then I'd have to like hit the little sport mode switch to kind of reset my controller. And all of a sudden I had control again. But there were times when my drone just stayed there for 10 minutes. And I had no idea what was going to happen whenever that battery ran out. And luckily it went back home after it was, it was done. But man, when it's over a parking lot, it kind of scares the crap out of you. It's going to drop out of the air onto concrete.
That happened to me over a pond once.
Oh gosh, yeah. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Wow.
But all that to say, the signal from your controller to your drone is the most important thing.
Yep.
And then, when you're flying with a phone, you want to throw it in airplane mode so you're not getting incoming calls while you're flying your drone.
Right.
15 minutes, they can leave a message, no big deal. Yep. But when you have just about every tiny camera that's come out in the last several years have an app, and those apps control what those little cameras do, because a lot of those little cameras don't have screens on them. So you see what's coming through the lens on your app. There's a lot of there's a lot of signals bouncing back and forth between that camera and your phone. The good thing about the Insta360R is that everything is on your drone. So hopefully you can turn all the signals off, because it's got a little screen on it. It's got the battery with it, and hopefully it's not Bluetooth talking to each other. Hopefully it's wires snapping it all into, because there's a lens on top, a lens on bottom, a brain on one side, and a battery on the other side. So
Yeah, I think they're all hardwired from what I saw.
yeah, it looks hardwired. But in their fine print, it said so both of them say you need to be a professional to fly them, because it's not just, consumer that doesn't know what they're doing could potentially fly it. Like if it goes into ADI mode and the consumer that is not used to flying drones doesn't understand that all of a sudden their drone's going to start drifting that way, that could cause some issues. But as long as you're flying it the entire time, you're fine, because you're actually putting thrust in a direction. And it doesn't necessarily have to hover in a certain spot. Or if you fly it above everything, then if it'll hold the altitude, so it won't drift. If it drifts left, there's nothing over there, so it can drift. You just need to hit the return to home, and hopefully it'll come back to you. But actually, return to home might not work if it doesn't have GPS.
Yeah.
No.
But in the fine print, the Mavic Pro version, it says does not interfere with the Mavic Pro GPS. But on the Mavic 2 edition, or the Mavic 2 edition, it says that interferes with the Mavic 2's GPS, only flies in ADI mode. So it's guaranteed on the Mavic 2 that you have to use ADI mode. But there's a good chance that the Mavic Pro might go into ADI mode, but that might just be because of some other interference. Because you're putting a camera on top of your GPS. So your GPS is blocked in some directions, but if your Mavic Pro is used to getting 15 to 20 satellites, it can still fly great with 10 satellites. So if you're blocking out the 5 satellites over there, it's going to be fine.
I think the Mavic Pro GPS is more towards the rear than the Mavic 2 is one reason.
Oh, okay.
That's what I heard anyway.
Let's see.
So I put my Osmo Action on my Phantom on top, and it killed my GPS. I actually had to mount it to the back legs.
Yeah. The Phantoms are so symmetrical. I mean, everything is happening right there in the middle. And the battery's under it.
Yeah,
So
the GPS unit's like right there on top. I mean, I've taken mine
Smack in the
apart,
middle,
so-
yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. So you put anything on top of it, it's going to block your GPS.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the guy I bought over the weekend, just so I could fly a 360 on it. But the battery is right here in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the GPS is up in here.
Have to be.
Or, I mean, there's a little bit back here, but there's a big old light. Well, it might be right there. I don't remember. It's been 2 years since I've had this drone. I used to know all that stuff. This guy was
You could probably find a diagram of the internals somewhere.
Yeah.
Mr. Google says it's
Yeah.
under the plate on the upper shell at the rear.
Okay, so it is back there.
So it's right here. Where is it on the Pro 2?
Someone said it was more up to the front. But like you said, it's over the battery, right? So.
Well, yeah, it can't be where the battery is.
Right.
But yeah, but I'm super excited about it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm planning on putting together a little montage of the attempts in that 360 video of all the times that I've put other 360 cameras on my drones, because I've been successful with it at times, but there's other times where I was not successful. Like the Insta 360 1X, or sorry, the 361 that
All right.
this guy.
Doing dinner.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Sean, I gotta back out and call tonight. Take care for tomorrow.
Same here, Sean. I gotta get ready to get cleaned up and get ready for bed. So,
All right.
thanks
See you
for having me
See you
on
later,
here.
Art. Later on.
And good to see you guys. And take care. All right.
All right, I'll be in touch.
See you, Ron.
Okay, guys, have a good night, everybody. And
No, Brian.
Sean, thank you for having me on.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night too, guys. So
Okay.
thanks for coming and hanging out and testing this out with me. And yeah, y'all have a good night.
You too. Y'all be safe.
Everybody.
All right.
Crash that Mavic.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So this was a very successful Shawn Ide Studios live chat, testing out testing out StreamYards. Yeah, I thought it was a great night. Had a lot of great guys come hang out with me on StreamYards on my live stream. I don't know what the format of my channel is going to be, but I'm planning on having a special guest once a month. And I'm planning on doing this more. Maybe not on Tuesday nights, maybe on a different night, but I really like how tonight went, and StreamYard handled it like a champ. So yeah. If you would like to get StreamYard for your channel, if you'd like to get the paid version, I'll put my link down in the description of this live stream, to where you can get 10% or $10 off or 10% off. I forget what it is. I probably should have memorized that before I spoke, but there'll be a link down in the description where you can get a discount on your copy. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I've had a great time tonight, and I hope you guys have too. So yeah, catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.